Arts for Learning Maryland, formerly known as Young Audiences of Maryland, transforms the lives and education of our youth through the arts by connecting educators, professional artists, and communities. Joining me with all the details on their recent name change and the positive impact they're having in Harford County schools is Jessica Hebron, Chief Program Officer of Arts for Learning Maryland. Good to see you and meet you.
Well, thanks for having me here in Harford County.
Yeah, well, Harford County, as you know, so many of the residents of Harford County love the arts and really cherish what it means to their children and to the community at large. So we're really excited you're actually here in Harford County. Now, I have known Young Audiences of Maryland for a long, long time. So this is a switch, this new name. Can you tell me why, what was the impetus behind the change?
We are so excited for our new name. You know, 'tis the season for the season of change.
Yes.
And our Arts for Learning Maryland is our new name. And originally we were called Young Audiences of Maryland, and we had that name for 70 years, so over 70 years. So I do think it was time for us to have a change. But the reason that we changed our name was because we wanted to make sure that it encompassed all the new programs that we were doing. So a lot of people know about us from doing assemblies and workshops, and we do more than that. And so we had 70 plus years of doing those types of programs, but we also do so much more. And we want to make sure that people understood that not only do we have performances, but we have assemblies, workshops, residencies, professional developments for teachers, and all of these things are centered around arts integration and embedded arts integration inside the classroom.
Right.
So now when you hear Young Audiences, it's not just about our Arts for Learning. It's not just about what we do in the past, but also where we're going, which is lots of embedded professional developments and arts integrated experiences that are customized and that reach our babies in early learning all the way to our children and our students in high school and our teachers as well.
Well, it's interesting because arts can really be used to teach very important educational skills, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Most definitely. And Arts for Learning really puts that out there now.
Yes.
So that's terrific. So let's talk a little bit about these new kinds of programs. So you say there are residencies, you named a couple different things. Can you give me some more specific examples of how that can work?
Oh, yes. So I want you to walk with me to your favorite Harford County elementary, middle, or high school, you know, and I want you to walk down the classroom and think about, you hear some music coming out of the classroom. You're a musician, so you know, you're hearing this music, but it's not coming from the music classroom. It's actually coming from the math class. And the students are learning about how to create fractions through music. And then you go down to another class, and maybe it's the English classroom or a storytelling classroom. And instead of just seeing students reading about a story or learning about history, they're actually painting and illustrating the stories.
So you really reach all the students' senses. You do it, right? Which is incredibly important. I know that there's a lot of visual art where then the students, you know, can make big murals or display their art like we're seeing there. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yes, and these murals and illustrations and even digital media that the students are really learning about and getting to work with our amazing roster artists. We have the best artists in the state of Maryland, just throughout the state of Maryland, that are really, really not just invested in their craft, but making sure that they can teach it to children in a way that children can learn it, connect to it, and not just connect to their own creativity, but also connect to the curriculum.
Right.
So
another reason I think organization is so important is a lot of schools have had cutbacks in their arts programming, right? So you're there to help fill that void, that very important void.
Yes, very solution-based, because see, we believe that the arts are not just like something on the side or something that you just do for fun. We believe in arts integration and arts for learning. That's why we're called Arts for Learning, because we believe that it's infused, it's embedded, it's a part of everything that our children, we want them to experience. And so all of the experiences that we have, they connect to the curriculum, but they're really, really based on making sure that the arts are a part of everything that the children experience and that the teachers do too. And so that's one thing that we've been able to do that in Harford County. We actually started some of our arts integrated program, and we piloted it right here in Harford County.
That's exciting. Well, I was going to ask you, because obviously you can bring in artists and everything, but you want to connect that also with the teachers who are right there at the school. So they're learning a lot too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
our Arts for Learning days are our embedded professional development that help the teachers to figure out, to pair with an artist, to co-teach lessons, to figure out how do we take this school or our classrooms and totally make it an arts integrated experience.
Yeah.
And those programs are really exciting because the teachers and the artists are working together to create really, really exciting lessons for the students that really connect the curriculum to the arts.
Yeah, I think it makes all that, a lot of the early learning, but even later learning things more fun and palatable for some students because you make it fun, you make it multi-sensory. I mean, it really makes a lot of sense in all levels. So I want to ask you now, with COVID, you can't ignore that. How difficult, or what are the challenges, or maybe you've been able to figure a way to bring in artists to the schools and to work with students? How does that work in these COVID times?
Well, you know, one of the things that I was really excited to just really discover is that over the past 5 years, Arts for Learning Maryland has actually served over 35,000 students in Harford County through over 450 performances and arts integrated workshops. So that's the first thing. That's just something to celebrate that, you know, the arts are alive and well in Harford County.
Yes, they are.
But we actually have, and we're continuing to do this, programs can be booked right now that can be, you know, virtual programs or in person. So the pandemic has not stopped us. You can have really exciting and engaging virtual programs for all of the different things: assemblies, workshops, residencies, professional developments, or they can be in person depending on what the school allows. And the other good thing about it is that it doesn't matter. We even have asynchronous programming, like our Arts and Learning Kids TV show, that can be programs that come into the classroom that are aligned with the curriculum in the order that it goes, to really, really help to bring that learning and to bring the artists into the classroom in a way that meets the school standards or restrictions, depending on where we are.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you all sound very busy. I'm sure the folks who are watching want to know more about this, want to say, look, I want them to come to my school or to my program. So how do they get in touch with you?
Okay, so here's the thing that I love. We believe that we don't want there to be any barriers to keep children getting connected to the arts. So we have grants. We've got all kinds of grants: rural access grants, Maryland State Arts Council grants, and even the Harford County Cultural Arts Board has grants that can bring these students and cover up to 50% or more of the cost of the programs. You can visit www.artsforlearningmd.org right there, and we put it up on the screen too. Well, Jessica Hebron, you sound like a very busy, very enthusiastic supporter of the arts, and all that Arts for Learning Maryland has been doing for the last 70 years is so, I'm so grateful for, as I know many folks are, and we wish you continued success. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you.